Hello, people of the internet. How's it going?
Oh, it goes, my dude. It
Oh,
just goes.
does it?
But what must up must come down.
So, if you didn't catch that reference, today we are talking about Sonic
Sonic Heroes.
Heroes, which was the third of the 3D Sonic games. And
Yeah. And it was very mixed, in
we'll
my
talk.
opinion.
It was different. Um,
I have no desire to go back to it. So if that says anything, let's begin. Uh, excuse me, Morty.
so Sonic Heroes was trying to be more like the classic Sonic games. Which, okay, fine. You have the two zone structure and the boss. Two acts boss. Fine, right?
Mm.
Not necessarily a bad idea. There's also very little story, which is a bit of a departure from Sonic Adventures 1 and 2.
In terms of the like idea of the game in general, like it's a little bit faster, like a lot faster actually.
We'll talk about
But
the
it
controls and stuff
But
later.
like, here's the thing about the world and surrounding it. It definitely has the classic vibe to it. Like nothing really feels like it's connected to Sonic Adventure 2 in terms of theming and area locations.
It does tie back into Sonic Adventure 2, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Not that there's much of a plot here.
Yeah, it's literally like I should stop saying literally, but it's very, very simplistic, man. Like it just starts with Sonic going fast through the desert. Or is it or a canyon actually. Sorry,
So
not
this,
desert.
well, let's stop with the story real quick. So the basic premise is that Eggman has created a new armada, the Egg Fleet. It's a bunch of fish ships.
Yeah, the fish theme this time. I mean,
Tails and Knuckles get a letter, and they're like, "Sonic, look!" And somehow he printed a GIF image. I don't know how he did it. Also, Eggman's a villain again, even though it seemed like he was siding with the good guys at the end of Adventure 2.
well, in the original dialogue between Tails and Eggman on the Ark, he said, "Don't think this is over. When I get back to Earth, I'll conquer the world."
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
So they changed the English. They changed it. The English dub. They changed that because it's like,
so Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles team up to take Eggman down. Pretty typical. Now we get into the other teams. Because notice how I said other teams. There are 4 playable teams in this game. So
do you
next,
love the fact that with the tornado when they jump out of it, do you think it just goes off and crashes into the ground?
that's why we never see that tornado again.
Yeah. It just why didn't they just ride the fucking tornado there?
Because that would be stupid.
That make the game end in 5 minutes. That's like the Lord of the
So,
Rings thing. If he like
so
the one character took the one path, he would have
the
like
next
been done.
the next team we have is Team Rose, which is Amy Rose, Cream the Rabbit from Sonic Advance 2, and Big the Cat. Big the Cat
Uh,
is a lot older than them,
okay.
but their whole thing is Froggy's missing, Cheese's brother Chocola is missing, and Amy wants Sonic. So there you go.
Yeah, she literally will beat his ass in one of the zones. And it's like, there's no way out of marrying me. Like, oh dear,
The
this is gonna be
Chaotix make their first appearance since Knuckles Chaotix, except for Mighty.
yeah, he wouldn't see the light of day until Mania.
And now they run a detective agency where Vector, Espio, and Charmy are broke, and they get a walkie-talkie with somebody being like, "Hey, I need your help, and I'll pay you." It's easy to figure out who it is immediately. Um, like I figured it out the second the guy started talking.
I didn't quite get it at first because I was a dumb, stupid kid.
I knew because of the game's intro.
How?
The game's intro doesn't hide who the real villain is.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Well,
one
that's
more team.
mhm.
So Rouge breaks in to Eggman's base, right, and finds a robot there who looks a lot like Gamma, but his name's Omega. Who
He's
else is there?
He's a lot later modeled because E102 Gamma, so
And
it's 20,
Omega's
21.
E123.
Yeah, so 21 models later.
But there's someone else there, Shadow the Hedgehog.
And here's the thing.
How?
Well, it's revealed in Shadow the Hedgehog, but obviously this was not originally thought out.
They
With
didn't. Nobody tells Shadow anything about himself because Shadow has amnesia in this game, and no one thinks to explain to him his past.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, let's go stop Eggman, or I don't know.
So the teams run through the zones, clash into each other because Sonic runs into Rose, Chaos runs in the dark, and then they seemingly defeat Eggman, right? But when they beat Eggman in what's it called? So in like the Rail Canyon area,
Yeah, Rail Canyon.
the Eggman they were fighting was a robot. When Sonic and Dark walk away from him, Metal Sonic comes out.
Yeah, not Team Rose though.
Not Team Rose or Chaotix, just Sonic and Dark. Meeting, and he says all life form data copied and ultimate life form data copied. So he only really cared about Sonic, Shadow, and the Chao. And I'll get to the Chao later. And we'll get back to Metal Sonic later.
Wait, so I thought he didn't scan Team Rose.
No, he got the data from a Chao. Remember when he took Chocola and Froggy?
Oh, he took Chocola.
Yeah, he took Chocola and Froggy because he needed Chaos's data.
Even from Froggy?
Because he still has residue of Chaos in his bloodstream, I guess.
Wow, they really didn't explain that plot point very well.
If you listen to Team Roses, then I'll get there in a second. So, the teams run into each other again in Frog Forest. Sonic runs in the dark, where Sonic doesn't think to himself, maybe Shadow will tell you what's up. He doesn't question it. He's like, hey, what's up? Like, it doesn't phase it.
He doesn't say, hey, how are you alive? He doesn't say anything like that.
He's like, all right, we're going to punch each other.
Yeah, this story
and Rose runs into Chaotix because Chaotix was grabbing Chao for some reason.
Who?
Like the Chaotix was grabbing Chao. I think one of the missions in this level was getting Chao.
Yeah, you have to save a bunch of Chao, and that ends up making Team Froggy think that they're after the Chao.
So all the teams end up on the final fortress, and they all defeat the Egg Emperor 4 different times.
Which makes no sense.
I think if every team had a different final boss, it would have been fine. Like, give Team Sonic the Egg Emperor, and then make other final boss for the other teams. But
I hated that thing because as a kid I had so many issues fighting that thing.
But the thing too is like they all defeat it because all the endings happen. Like in Sonic's, you see the and they're all there because all the endings connect, so they all had to fight the Egg Emperor. Stupid.
I wonder which one is. Yeah, you're right.
Because when Rose defeats him, Eggman melts in the puddle again, and he says Chaos data has been copied.
Or Chao data?
No, he says Chaos.
Oh yeah, you hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, he says Chaos data has been copied, and then Amy sees Sonic. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles won. They start blowing up the ship, and then Amy starts chasing Sonic. Whatever. During Team Dark's story, after you defeat the Egg, Albatross, and Rail Canyon, you see a Shadow android.
You know what I hate is that at the end of at the final boss, when you look at the cutscene after the boss, you can obviously tell that these guys must have fought it together because they all know each minus Team Rose probably because Team Rose. No, actually maybe not.
There's just 4 different Egg Emperors. Like he just made 4 Egg Emperors.
I think honestly the Sonic one's the only one that happened. No, it can't be true because
you see
Shadow
in Rose and Chaotix, the Eggman melts. So Chaotix and Rose fought him.
Okay, yeah, you're right. They all fought him. Fuck. I don't know. Maybe they're just different parts. They're on different parts of the ship, and there was different Egg Emperor clones.
It can't be that far apart because Amy sees Sonic.
Yeah. Well, maybe they eventually loop back around.
I don't know, dude. It's stupid.
This story was not well thought out, man.
But then the Team Dark finds a bunch of shadow androids, and Rouge is like, is Shadow a robot? I don't know. We'll find out in the next game.
Yeah. And
When Chaotix defeats the Egg Emperor, Eggman melts again, and Vector's like, yeah, it's a fake. I knew it. And this shows you that Vector's the smartest of all three of them.
Mhm.
Because he knew who it was immediately. The person that hired them was Eggman.
the voice that they got for Vector, that has been so far his best voice.
We'll talk about the characters later, but they save Eggman, and then they beat the shit out of him. because
Yeah,
doesn't
because
wanna
they
pay them.
fucked him over. Yeah.
I think
After
this
I conquer the world, I will pay you.
I think this is canonically the first time someone actually beats up Eggman on screen.
Sonic killed him at nights.
That's true. So
Yeah.
Eggman then reveals to the Chaotix that the person who captured him was Metal Sonic, who turns into a giant robot dragon.
Kind of stupid.
Like, why isn't Metal Sonic himself just the final boss?
That would have been cool.
That's what I thought it was good. That's what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be Super Sonic versus Metal Sonic, but no, you're doing a giant dragon.
No,
So-
you know how much cooler it would have been if it was just Neo Metal Sonic? It would have been like a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah, Super Sonic versus Neo Metal Sonic. Would have been badass.
Imagine if they remade Sonic Heroes and they did that fight where it was just like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, like just doing like Dragon Ball Z shit, like Dragon Ball Super kind of stuff, because it was where they're teaming up against one guy.
Yeah, that would be cool. But
They're not gonna do that.
so Eggman's like, he has your data talking about Sonic and the power of chaos. We can't beat him. If only we had the 7 Chaos Emeralds, then everyone just pulls a Chaos Emerald out of their ass. So
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay.
So the other Shadow looks at Sonic and he's like, we'll hold him off.
Mhm.
And you guys use the Chaos Emeralds. And Sonic's like, alright, bet. So they fight him for a second, then he grows wings and flies away. And Shadow doesn't think to help in. Sonic's just like, I got this, bro.
I guess you kind of have an okay boss fight.
Sonic becomes Super Sonic and gives Tails and Knuckles like super shields. Canonically, those are actually the only 3D. Like, this is canon. This is confirmed. Those were Super Tails and Super Knuckles.
That's actually pathetic because they were just sent balls of energy.
Yeah, I guess because Sonic was the carrier of the emeralds and he just transferred them power. That's why they look that way. But that's supposed to be Super Tails and Super Knuckles.
Yeah, they probably look different because with that shield around them, because they're not the main user of the emeralds.
That's it. Sonic was the one who used the Chaos Emeralds, so
Yeah,
but-
he's the pillar off-putting energy to them. So they're not probably in their true super forms, honestly.
we'll get back to that when we review Sonic 06. But they beat the crap out of Metal Sonic and leave him for dead, and
Omega picks him up, and
you
like-
never canonically, I don't think you ever see Metal Sonic again in this form.
nor you don't see him ever again.
No,
in
you
the
see him in
3D.
you see him in Generation. Oh no, he's in front. He's in Forces.
Oh, okay.
But so is Metal Sonic dead? I don't. Well, Frontiers established everything is canon, so he's in Rivals.
Oh my god, no.
And they said Riders is canon, and he's the final boss of Free Riders.
Did they say everything is canon except 06?
Frontiers basically established everything is canon. Yeah.
06 is canon?
Well, 06 can't be, but
Yeah, because Sonic Team erased, like,
unless they reference
wrote it out.
Oleana at some point. I mean, the place still exists, but the story just didn't have it. But then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go for their next adventure, and that's the game. Very simple plot.
There's
Which-
not really much to it.
And to be honest, because there's not much to it, it kind of shoots itself in the foot. Because, like, you can in Sonic Adventure 1, a couple people did fight Chaos 6.
It lacks any substance at the end of the day.
Yeah, like, if we're talking about, like, again, a couple people fought Chaos 6, but they all fought him at different times. so there's no confusion there. And with Chaos 4, the game literally tells you they all fought him at the same time.
Yeah, and there weren't a lot of like cutscenes in the game.
Same like the Egg Hornet. Like when a boss was fought by multiple characters, it was either continuity-wise they fought it at the same time, or they fought it at different times. Like there's no confusion there. Whereas here, because the Egg Emperor is everyone's final boss, who really fought him? But they all had to. So like, did they work together to defeat the Egg Emperor? Or like what?
Yeah, they would have to remake the game if they ever want to, clean up the story.
And like the biggest issue with this game's story is Shadow. Not Shadow himself, but like
the lack of what they do with him. That's the problem.
Like Shadow, Sonic, and Rouge know the most about him of the whole group of characters, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't think one of them would think to be like, "Hey, Shadow, look,
how are you alive?" And I thought you died.
Nobody questions it. He's just there.
Yeah, they poorly show Rouge reacting that he's alive, but she doesn't question anything about it.
Neither does Sonic. And Sonic literally watched him die.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, same thing. They don't mention it.
Back to that, Sonic is actually the only one who saw Shadow die. He saw it.
Yeah, he like when he says when Rouge says where's Shadow, he just kind of looks down like
Sonic. Watched him die. Like Sonic saw it. He was literally right next to Shadow when he died. So.
Well, he was falling away from him anyway.
But Sonic saw. The point is, Sonic saw it, or Sonic saw it. But you get the point.
Yeah, but he didn't say anything to Shadow. Hey,
by the way,
well, he recognized him, but he didn't act like, "Hey, man, did you survive?"
It's like we literally just saved the world together, like the last game. But whatever.
But there's such a horrible mood between them interacting for the first time since Adventure 2, knowing he was dead. He's just acting like he never died.
Like, you know what would have made this game better?
Mm.
If you only had two teams, okay?
Team Sonic and Team Shadow.
I was going to say Team Sonic and Team Rose, actually. And just keep Shadow out of it.
Yeah, they should.
Give it a couple of games to bring him back.
Yeah, bringing him back immediately was a problem because they should have probably had a lot more planning for his return rather than just being like, "Hey, he's back."
Speaking of that, there are 12 playable characters in this game.
But they all three of them fall into speed, fly formation, and power formation, and just apply that to all the teams. There you go, copy paste.
So there are 4 teams in the game: Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix.
And there's only 3 types of gameplay.
Yep. So there's 3, like he said, there's 3 types of characters: speed, fly, and power. For Team Sonic, Sonic is speed. This should be obvious. Sonic is speed. Tails is fly. Knuckles is power.
Speed is honestly a little bit too fast and too icy for me. Like, not icy, but like when you're just holding forward, it's fine. But when you have to turn, it's like.
That's the control throughout the whole game, though.
That's why I end up playing as power, because it's fast, but it's not. I can still control myself when I turn and when I move around.
I'll talk about that more in a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna fucking talk about it right now. So
okay. You can talk about it right now. I don't want to talk about the teams or anything. Fuck you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and flying, it works okay, but you only have such a limited time to fly, and you only can go so high anyway. Depending on when you jump up.
Flying does not feel as graceful as Tails is flying in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, it's not even really a fly. It's more just of like a hover, a ascending hover.
Oh man, poor Tails has had shitty gameplay since Sonic Adventure 1. Poor guy.
I know. So hopefully Sonic Frontiers fixes that.
We will review that when all the DLC is done, by the way. Don't you guys worry.
Yeah, no, we won't. Not forget to do that.
So Team Dark, speed is Shadow, fly is Rouge, and power is Omega. Okay.
Yep.
Team Rose, Amy is speed, Cream is fly, Big is power.
Now, how do these characters lift him? Is Big made of helium?
Froggy.
Froggy?
That's your answer.
Yeah.
And then Team Chaotix. Team Chaotix is the only team where the story centers around the power character, actually.
Yeah, because he's like the main smart dude. So
Yeah, because the other teams, the story generally focuses on the speed character. Team Chaotix is focused on the power character, so that's interesting.
well, actually, Team Dark focuses more on Rouge.
No, it's Shadow.
Well, she is like more of the head character in a lot of the cutscenes.
And a lot of them, it's actually Shadow. Like when they go to the Egg Fleet, it's Shadow the one who takes the lead, not Rouge.
But if you think about it from a team perspective, she's more of the one that's calling the shots.
I guess.
Because Shadow doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So, and she has an objective to find Eggman. And obviously Omega's following Rouge. Maybe Shadow's kind of like Vegeta, where he's just kind of on his own. He's like a renegade for life.
Yeah, Shadow's just kind of there.
Yeah,
but
he's
yeah,
just kind of he's just tagging along because he doesn't know what the hell's going on.
So for Chaotix, SBO is speed, Charmy is fly, and then power is vector. And then there's one other team, Team Supersonic, but it's just Team Sonic.
I will say that Charmy has only one different gameplay part, is that he can pollinate metal flowers, which will teleport you around the level or back to the beginning if you missed all the shit.
There are some differences. Team Sonic and Team Dark are basically just clones of each other. Well, really, I should say Team Dark is a clone of Team Sonic. They have literally all the same moveset. The only differences are Omega is a little more chaotic than Knuckles.
Yeah, when he like hits forward, he really lunges far.
Rose
Knuckles is pretty bad too, but
Rose can't do the triangle jump. Amy has a weird hover.
Yeah, she like stands up, she stays in the air, and she shoots a tornado out of her hammer forward.
And Big belly flops.
Hoppo. Hoppo.
Chaotix, SBO can turn invisible.
And Big also can use his like rod. Like the way he launches characters is actually kind of funny.
He uses fishing rod like a baseball bat.
Yeah, like he's the only character I believe that can just stand still along with Vector maybe and just shoot the characters while standing instead of having to punch forward with Knuckles, jump in the air, and Omega, then fire them, you know?
Yeah, Vector can too.
Vector can. Okay, yeah. Vector can like shoot him while standing and airborne.
Yeah, he can.
And he also has the belly flop variant too. So
yeah, he does like a double fist drop.
So if you think about it, honestly, the power characters are kind of varied. Kind of.
Whereas Sonic and Shadow are the same exact thing.
Yeah, they are. There is no differences whatsoever. Like it's not like other games where you can actually kind of tell.
There is a thing that differentiates all four of them, and that is an ability called the Team Blast. Yeah. Which is basically just a screen nuke.
But they all have different after effects.
So Sonic's is called Sonic Overdrive. And Knuckles grabs Sonic and Tails and throws him, and then Sonic does the light speed attack. And then afterwards, he can just use the light speed attack.
Yeah, for a limited amount of time. And Rose, or Team Dark, they basically freeze time.
Yeah, theirs is called Chaos Inferno. They like, for some reason, Omega has a Chaos Emerald in him. Shadow pulls one out, Chaos controls, and Omega does a big fuck you laser.
Wait, there's an Emerald in what?
And every time Shadow does a Team Blast, he pulls a Chaos Emerald out of Omega and Chaos. every time.
He does?
Every single time.
I thought he just had it out and
He pulls it out of Omega every time.
I don't believe you.
Go look it up.
I mean, it probably is true, but the animation happens too fast for me to notice.
And then time freezes. Team Roses is, I don't know what it's called actually.
Me either. They just do a twirly whirly dance and they get invincibility afterwards.
Yeah, no, it's gonna bug me now. I want to know what they're called.
Team Chaotix is
Team
one
Chaotix
is
is
the
my
best.
favorite.
It's the best. They sing and play horribly. It's a reference to the old band thing that they were gonna do with the Sonic conception.
Oh, Team Roses is called Flower Festival. And Team Roses is the most busted one. Because they do this weird dance. They become invisible, get a shield, and get a power up, a level up.
You said invisible?
I did.
Yes.
Team Chaotix is called Chaotix Recital.
Yeah, and when every enemy you kill, it gives you a ring box, like quote box, like a 5, a 10, etc.
Which makes the bosses in Bingo Highway and the haunted house level cakewalk, because you can just constantly refill that thing.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of rings if you.
And then there's one exclusive to the final boss called Supersonic Power, but it has no after. It has no after effect. It's just that's literally the only way you can hurt the final boss.
Yeah, there's no. It's not anything special, so don't even think of it.
It's just they go like Super Saiyan, and then they just attack. Like,
isn't it funny that Ryan Drummond also voiced Metal Sonic?
Yeah, it is. Now let's talk about the stages.
They are super linear. Well, mostly. Yeah, they are super linear.
I admittedly like the aesthetic of them. Admittedly.
I do like. Yeah, the graphics of the game are really good.
They're colorful, but graphically, they're not actually that impressive.
Okay, from just looking at it, it's pretty.
From an aesthetic perspective, it looks great. From an art design perspective, it looks great. The graphics themselves, there were way better looking games.
Oh, yeah.
Like Kingdom Hearts 1, Final Fantasy X, Metroid Prime, Star Fox Adventures, Ninja Gaiden.
We have to remember Sega's coming off the brink of death when they were making these.
This was probably supposed to be a Dreamcast game, but
apparently they said it wasn't ever in development for Dreamcast. But I don't know.
Don't believe you.
Oh.
But so we had the first zone, which actually has 3 acts technically because there's tutorial level.
But yeah, again, with the graphics, we gotta remember that Sega's budget was probably really shit, so they're coming off the brink of death.
I do love the art. I love the aesthetics. Like, it looks great from an aesthetic perspective.
Character models, I don't like.
Oh no, absolutely not. They're way too shiny and action figure-y. I think Sonic Adventure 2's character models look better than Sonic Heroes.
They do. They absolutely do. And they have
like,
better
especially Sonic and Shadows. Oh my god.
Yeah, especially Shadow. Shadows look the best in Sonic Adventure. No, not Sonic Adventure.
Until the HD games, Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, in the HD games, he looks fine.
So the first zone is Seaside Hill, which is split into 2 acts with Seaside Hill and Ocean Palace.
But you know what I love? The character that got the most accurate was Big.
Froggy.
He
has a mouth now.
If you think about it, you know how they changed the models in Sonic Adventure DX? Big was so perfect that they didn't need to change his model. They kept him exactly as he was.
Shut up!
He was his model. They're like, yes, this thing is absolutely perfect. We don't need to change it.
I admittedly like Big's gameplay in this.
Well, yeah, me too. I don't mind me a good little fishing simulator every now and then, but yeah. Strange, I know, but yeah.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. So the first zone is Seaside Hill, splitting the Seaside Hill and Ocean Palace. It's not a bad introductory zone, but they are milking Seaside Hill like crazy lately.
When's the last time they used it? Generations?
Team Sonic Racing,
When was that? 2018?
2018, 2019. It comes back a lot.
Well, it's a great level for racing, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I like the aesthetic. I like the music for sure. And there's also a tutorial stage called Seagate, which is borderline optional.
Yeah, it pops up if you're playing as Rose, though.
Yeah. Then
But
the boss of this stage,
Egghawk.
Egghawk, kind of a shitty first boss, if I'm honest.
Yeah, don't chase him. Well, you gotta chase him till he stops, but
Then just turn to power and beat the shit out of him. He'll just die.
yeah, if you're playing as Big and Vector, you're just gonna just
Froggy. And
Froggy.
then the next zone is Grand Metropolis. We're splitting the Grand Metropolis and Power Plant.
It's an alright level.
This is where the stages start getting long.
Yeah, I don't like the way this level looks, though. I don't know. I never liked this level look.
And so I actually do. I think it looks pretty cool.
Level design's good. It looks too ugly.
The boss of this stage is a team boss. So if you play as Chaotix or Dark, you fight one of them. Play as Rose or Sonic, you fight one of them.
Yep.
Then next is the casino level, which is Casino Park and Bingo Highway. Fuck Bingo Highway. The music is awesome, and I love the look of the level. I hate how it controls.
I don't know what they were smoking when it came to making the pinball physics in terms of heading him off just trying to control him with the stick and trying to like hit him off the what do you call those things? Flippers.
The flippers, yeah. Dude, this controls like absolute garbage.
Yeah, I don't get how they fucked it up.
The boss of this level is a Robot Rush.
Yeah. And
I think it's called Robot Fever or something.
I don't even know it had a name.
Robot something, I don't know. Next is the level everyone hates, Rail Canyon. We're splitting the Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. Fuck this level. It's grind rails the level. It's worse than Final Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I like Final Rush. And that was a lot of grinding. This is almost nothing but grind rails.
Mostly death pitfalls.
And because
in this one, boys.
Here's something control-wise. The rail switching is so finicky that you will more likely die unless you switch to fly formation and just manually jump.
Yeah, because what you're supposed to do is let go of the grind button and then do it. But I swear to God, no matter which one I do it with, holding it or not holding it, Sonic, I'll just hold right, push X or A, boom, off he goes.
Definitely switch to fly if you're going to switch rails. Otherwise, you're screwed.
They didn't get the programming of that right until Shadow the Hedgehog, and then they got it fucked up in Sonic 06. And then they got it good again in Sonic Unleashed.
All the boost games have it. So.
Yeah, the rail system was good. Like started great and it ended good, but Jesus Christ, in between, Jesus, no.
It's good in Frontiers too.
Yeah, it actually was.
And then the boss of this level, the Egg Albatross. Oh my God.
It's stupid.
It's a balloon with the Egghawk on it.
Yeah, you defeat the Fortress Balloon, then the Egghawk comes off it. It's weaker though, and you beat it again.
Yeah.
This game has a tendency to reuse a lot of things.
Oh, you don't say. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Next forest is Big's favorite, Frog Forest.
Oh no.
I hate the fucking rain gimmick. And it's split into Frog Forest and Lost Jungle. I hate Lost Jungle a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck on this level for so long as Team Sonic when I was a kid.
Sorry, I blacked out. What?
Lost Jungle, the forest level with the rain.
That wasn't too bad.
When I was a kid, I was stuck on this level for a while.
Just the crocodile part was really annoying.
It was.
I was a big fucking gator though.
That thing scared the shit out of me when I first got there. I was like, what?
Me too, but if you see how big it is, like imagine how big that is compared to a human.
Well, because there's like there's a rain gimmick in this level with frogs and different colored frogs.
What, black frogs?
I didn't want to say that.
Well, I said it. Sorry.
Where the green frogs make happy rain and things grow. The black frogs
Yeah, it's
are
killed.
racist and kill things. This isn't real life.
Are you sure?
The
I'm just
boss of this level is another team battle. So if you're Team Sonic or Team Dark, you fight the other team. If you're Rose or Chaotix, you fight the other one. So these
the
those bosses are fucking gross.
the context of Team Rose's and Chaotix fight is actually kind of funny. Like,
The-
oh, you took the chow, didn't you? And it's like, if it's about a day, you'll have to wait. I'm like, oh fuck.
This fight is so bad.
What the team battle ones?
Oh my god.
Yeah, just
It's
jump
either
into
over in 30 seconds or it takes 5 years. There's no in between.
I once beat in like 5 or 10 seconds. So I just did the jump spin,
That's
whatever it is.
all you should do.
I didn't know how to do it properly as a kid.
Then there's Hang Castle, which is when the Hang Castle expansion. Love the aesthetic, hate the level itself.
I like it. I like all of it.
Bro, it's so bad. It takes so fucking long.
Well, I will say the later, like halfway through the second act of Hang Castle, I'm just like, okay.
It drains you, dude.
Well, then again, I didn't play all in one sitting, so.
Oh my! I mean, neither did I. But it's
Well,
draining.
if I'm entertained by the level the entire time I'm playing, I'm not gonna notice.
The boss of this level is Robot Storm.
Yeah, another Robot Rush or Mook
I
Rush,
think you'll notice
whatever.
a pattern if you guys haven't noticed. Eggman Team Robot Rush. Eggman Team Robot Rush.
Now, what's gonna come next?
We'll find out when we get to the final level, Egg Fleet, which I actually like Egg Fleet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very cool, like location, aesthetic. I love it.
Then the final level, Final Fortress. It's a fitting final level. I mean, it looks like it feels like a final level.
But you'd think with the design of these levels that the pits would be a lot more of a threat, but they're really not.
Oh no, the real threat of the level is health.
It's the enemies, dude.
Oh my god, the Gundam looking fucks and the the big guys and
cannons.
Mm-hmm. The
Everything.
The boss of this stage is the Egg Emperor.
And this one took me dozens of tries as a kid because I sucked.
It's not a great boss fight. Like Egg Viper was a better boss fight than this. Shadow was a better boss fight than this. Like SA2 Shadow. This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, no, it's too hard for dumb reasons.
And like, if your best bet is to level up the flying formation twice at least, and then just go to town on him.
Yeah, because you have to keep switching your fucking colors too.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh wait, yeah, no, it's just it takes so long to kill him.
Now, in the 2D games, which had the same structure, the Chaos Emeralds were optional. You didn't need them to complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
Here you do, and you still have to get them through the worst controlling thing ever in a Sonic game.
Yeah, well, if you took the half pipe and then took your joystick controls and just like twisted it and broke it over and in half, and then try to use it again. That's how Sonic controls.
In the second act of every stage, you can get a Chaos Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what you get for having to get the Chaos Emerald yourself? You don't get to play as Supersonic in the levels. You unlock the final boss. That's all you get for getting the Chaos Emerald. It's not worth it.
Also, make sure you get the Chaos Emeralds as Team Rose, maybe.
Because when you inevitably fail, it'll be a lot less painful to do it as Rose. When I was a kid, I did it as Team Sonic because they're actually the fastest. But
I don't really care about the speed. It's just it's just luck when it comes to those stages, in my opinion.
Like if you don't get in
It
the
doesn't
first,
matter if
if you
you
don't get in
tilt.
the first 5 seconds, you're fucked.
Yeah, 'cause if you just tilt the stick just slightly, man, it just fucking flies. You go spinning around halfway through the loop.
They fixed these in Generation 3DS thing. But after
Yay!
you beat all 4 teams, play the exact same 14 levels in the exact same order 4 times, and then get the Chaos Emeralds, you can fight the final boss. You don't get a super secret final level. You just get a final boss.
Get ready for this kind of fucking reoccurring thing.
So this boss fight is split into 2 boss fights. Metal Madness, who you have to fight as Rose, Chaotix, and Dark.
Which
Oh,
sucks.
this boss fight's terrible. Because he has this, like, his weak point, which is basically on his crotch.
Yeah.
And it changes colors. If it's blue, speed can't hurt it. Yellow, fly can't hurt it. Red, power can't hurt it. And it's so stupid.
And also, why would you ever want to attack with a speed character in that kind of situation?
This boss fight, don't bother.
Yeah, don't.
Use fly unless the thing's yellow, then use power.
Well, at least with the Team Rose part, they gave you 2 invincibilities. Or 2 team blasts, I believe.
What I actually do is I only use 1 team blast. I save the other blast for Chaotix. Because they carry it carries over.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, well, you learned something new today.
Fuck. I mean, you also could just do the glitch there, so.
You could do that too.
Yeah, but that's kind of hard to do when Melisonic is attacking you.
But
there's a bullshit moment in the game, or not in the game, in that boss where he shoots these missiles and they're ice things that capture the characters.
it's annoying.
Yeah, and when you lose all your teammates, by the way, this is also something that happens in Casinopolis. You lose.
Die. You die.
Yeah, there's no escape. It's like, what? It's so bullshit.
There's a stupid glitch that can happen in this game where if you get hit when you have no rings, you'll die, but you can run into a ring and the game will say you collect. So it's like,
Wait,
huh?
The game will say what?
Like if you get hit and then like when you have 0 rings and you die, but your character gets knocked through the ring, you'll collect the ring. So you could die with a counter on the ring. And it's so stupid. It pisses me off.
I think it's, well, to be fair, I think that's just the programming thing.
It's bad programming.
Well, to be fair, if the game registers you being hit without rings, it's gonna make you dead. But they probably didn't come to any they probably didn't think, well, what if the player lands on a ring? Should we bring them back? They probably didn't have enough time, or they didn't. It just overlooked.
It just frustrates you when you die, and then you're like, but I have a ring.
Yeah.
But after you beat the Team Dark portion, it switches into Metal Overlord, which you fight as Team Supersonic.
Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool transformation to Supersonic too.
Doesn't mean the boss fight's good because you can't actually attack him.
Yeah, you just kind of attack the shit he's throwing at you.
You block his attacks. Like, his crystal attacks block his Sonic. The battleships he throws at you hit his Knuckles. The spikes hit his Tails. And then grab the balloons for rings. And then just hit him with your Team Blast. Because literally, that's the only thing that can hurt him is a Team Blast.
And I think you have to do it like 4 or 5 times.
5 times.
It takes too long.
The music's fucking awesome, but
it's not interesting as a fight.
No, it's like Perfect Chaos and Final Hazard, way better final boss fights. You'll never convince me otherwise.
I'll still say that Time Eater is worse, but yeah.
No, I think this is the worst 3D Supersonic boss. I think it's this one.
It's just, well, I don't know. It feels like
at least you're one of the
At least you're actually doing something in this fucking fight compared to the Generations one where you're just dashing forward the entire time.
That's really kind of what you're doing here too.
Yeah, but at least you have the sense of, all right, homing attack the ice things.
But also you actually can hit the boss in the Time Eater.
You run into it.
You still can hurt him.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing, except it's a little more manual in Generations, I guess.
I like Generations boss better. I do.
Dude, Generations boss fight went on almost for like 8 minutes for me because I just couldn't catch up to the motherfucker.
I can beat him in like 4 minutes.
And that's way too long just to be dashing forward.
We'll talk about Generations another day because we're not there yet.
Metal Sonic only takes a few minutes as well.
If you don't beat this boss in under 7 minutes, you're not getting.
You're not gonna win.
But so that's the stage progression. If this was just one team, it would be fine.
We've been a little short, but yeah.
But I'm fine with a short Sonic game if it's fun. Like I love Colors, I love Generations.
Yeah.
Like if this was just a Team Sonic game and then you unlocked a hard where you played as Team Dark, cool.
That'd be cool.
But no, it's you have to do the same levels 4 times and get the Chaos Emeralds just to fight the final boss.
Yeah, it's not even good.
In SA1, each character's story felt unique, had unique level level lineups, and each of their levels felt more catered to that character specifically.
Yeah, especially some of the Knuckles stages.
SA2, every level is different, and it's made specifically for the character you're playing at.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same exact level 4 times.
Built for 3 styles of gameplay. And there's not really much difference. Here's the thing. Team Rose is just the shortest version of the level. Sonic extends the level because the level's still there. You can't go to it. And then Team Dark, just an even longer extension.
On top of that, 7,000 more enemies. And Chaotix is... Oh.
And they have mission-based things, and that can be really annoying. Collectibles and all that stuff, and sometimes there's only a certain amount of things. There's the torches in fucking Hang Castle.
Yeah, so there's a thing in this game. Each team is a different difficulty. Yep. Rose is easy. Sonic is medium or normal. Dark is hard, and Chaotix is also on the easier side.
It's like a weird mix of easy and normal.
It's not hard. Like Dark is harder than Chaotix.
Yeah, in terms of like enemies they throw at you, obstacles, yeah, it's easier. It's just sometimes the objectives can be like fuck. Like
the objectives just suck.
Dude, the torches one gives me I still have flashbacks.
Remember our Brain Scratch Comms commentary? Not Brain Scratch Comms, Rage Play Comms commentary on that?
We don't talk about that because I don't want to remember that channel. Capiche? Capiche. Capiche.
Not to mention, this has some of the worst boss fights in 3D Sonic.
You know, every Eggman one is literally just a run away.
Granted, SA2's bosses were kind of shit too. I won't deny.
Well, yeah, but at least they were more memorable.
They were better than this, though. Like, the final bosses were way better than this game's final boss.
Yeah, at least you actually have, like, things to dodge, and you have a goal to hit the enemy in a certain spot, you know.
The Biolizard fight also felt a lot more epic, important, and grandiose than just Metal Sonic. Like, okay.
Like in Sonic Heroes, you're just fighting in the sky, whoop-de-doo. But in Sonic Adventure 2, you're fighting in the like impacting arc. So like you're going super fast too, with the velocity of the arc going towards the Earth, fighting a giant lizard shooting laser beams and weird energy spheres at you.
And not just that, even the Biolizard fight, you're fighting in the core of the space colonies, but to destroy the planet, and Shadow's fighting his prototype. Like, it's a very personal, epic battle.
Yeah, and even the battle before that with the Bio Lizard, Shadow versus the Bio Lizard kind of made sense because
Exactly, because it was Shadow's enemy. It was Shadow's battle. Like that needed to be Shadow's fight.
and I think
This
it's all. Hmm?
this was just a generic robot that Sonic fought, and they don't do anything with the Metal Sonic. It's just
And the
okay.
and the final significance for Sonic Adventure 2's final boss is if you do it every hit correctly without having to switch out characters, it ends on Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the one who kills the prototype. And it's like, yeah, that's nice.
Whereas this is just that final boss could have just been an Eggman fight and it wouldn't have made a difference. But they don't do anything with the fact that it's Metal Sonic. It's just okay, you're Metal Sonic. Whoop-de-doo.
I'm still thinking a fucking Dragon Ball Z style fight would have been much better.
Like if it was actually fighting Metal Sonic, that would have been a lot better.
They should bring back Metal Sonic in another Sonic game. And they could do him much more justice now than they did back then.
Yeah, they could. Now the soundtrack's pretty good for Sonic Heroes.
Oh yeah, it's very memorable. I love Hank Castle's stuff.
I love Seaside Hill and Ocean Palace. I think Egg Fleet's great. Hang Castle's great. The vocal tracks, What I'm Made Of is definitely the best one.
They're all good. Yeah, none of them are. There's nothing really bad in this game in terms of the soundtrack. Sonic had really banging soundtracks for the 2000s.
Yeah, the Dreamcast era generation calls it pretty solid in the music department.
Yeah.
In Sonic Adventure DX, if you got all the emblems, you unlocked Metal Sonic. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
If you unlocked there's no Chao Garden, by the way. This is
that made me very sad as a kid.
You'll never just so you guys are aware, Chao Garden. So
what?
I'm letting the audience know there's no Chao Garden in this game.
Yeah.
So don't get your hopes up.
He'll return one day. Watch, you'll see.
I mean, if it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna be surprised.
Well, you don't care, so it's okay for you.
In SA2, if you got all the emblems, you unlocked Green Hill Zone. Okay. In this game, if you get all the emblems, you unlock Super Hard Mode. Yay, I get to play this game a 5th time.
Well.
Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Well, more like eight more. Well, more like 4 more times.
Super Hard Mode's only with Team Sonic.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Super Hard Mode is just a linear gauntlet through all the levels as Team Sonic.
I was gonna say, what's the difference?
It's basically just all Team Dark Souls as Team Sonic, just one linear run. And if you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Oh shit! Die once?
Well, if you get a game over, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. It doesn't say.
Huh? And are there just a lot more enemies? Is there just a lot more enemies, or is there any level design changes?
Longer levels, more enemies, and it doesn't save. If you quit, you're all the way back to Seaside Hill.
I never knew that until just now.
Mm-hmm. But it's not worth it.
Yeah, well, then there's
the multiplayer, which is crap.
And then there's Shadow's Super Hard Mode. Jesus.
We'll talk about Shadow another time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sonic Heroes is just kind of mid to me.
Yeah,
we've talked about this game longer than SA1.
Yeah, and you know what's weird? There's a metal code for multiplayer.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's cool, but yeah, I don't know how we talked about this more than Sonic Adventure 1.
So if I'm honest, guys, this one's not it for me.
No.
I wanted to love it, but I can't.
I just realized.
If I'm 100% honest with you, if you want to play this game, go buy a memory card on eBay with a 100% save file, so you don't have to do it yourself. Because it's not worth it.
Well, why would they buy the game?
I mean, exactly.
if they're gonna, I was gonna say, why would you buy the game if you're just gonna get a memory card with 100% on it? It's like, okay, and now I have a nice shelf piece. Well, if
Do you
you're in
want
Europe,
to get the Chaos Emeralds? Because I don't want to do.
no, but if you want to get it, if you're in Europe, it's on the PlayStation 3 store right now, I think.
Oh yeah,
Um,
this game was on the GameCube, the PS2, and the Xbox. It's the first time Sonic was multi-plat.
Yeah, we don't touch the PS2 version.
Oh, that
Trust me.
game's garbage.
30 FPS. Ugh.
Like it's way. If you're gonna play it, play the GameCube version.
Yeah.
That generally for this generation, play Sonic on GameCube.
Or Xbox. Xbox was fine too.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, Sega had a really good relationship with Microsoft, so.
Oh yeah, because they did like Jet Set Radio Future and stuff.
Yeah, they did. They first ported a lot of their IPs to Xbox when they transitioned.
Oh, so Sonic. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, except with Sonic, they probably saw that it would work better on Nintendo platforms.
I personally think this was a step down from the adventure games.
Oh,
This
yeah.
was honestly, in my opinion, probably the worst main Sonic game up to this point.
The weakest, I'd say.
Yeah, because you had because the game's not complete crap, but it overstays its welcome.
Yeah. If you're ever gonna play it, just play it in chunks or sections. Don't like.
And honestly, I would recommend just playing Team Sonic and being done with it.
Yeah.
Like just go watch the final boss on you.
Yeah, because you're not watching it. It's just as you're playing it just as much as watching it.
And it's just not fulfilling.
Definitely not worth it. There's no incentive for doing it anyway. You don't get anything extra.
So the next one of these reviews we are going is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Woo! And I just actually beat that game again 100%.
So we'll see you guys next time for that. Coming up on my channel, I've got a review of the Power Rangers 30th anniversary special coming up. Alex, what about you?
Well, I did do a video today. Well, not today of this recording. Actually, it's tomorrow right now. So, of PS3 controllers being absolute garbage. So the next one will be a testing video of all the ones I'm getting. I bought a used one and I bought a refurbished one. So we're gonna see which one actually works properly.
So look forward to those on our channels, and then look forward to Twilight Princess, which will be coming out when we feel like it.
Oh, and a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch unboxing.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do that. I'm not doing that. Oh.
No. Yeah, it was a big dip, but I honestly feel like I needed to upgrade my Switch because I still have the one from 2017, and if I'm gonna play it in portable mode, I don't like playing it on the Switch now because it looks like shit.
Yeah. There's also not so much on his channel, on my channel. I will be out of town for about a week. So
come watch me, please.
Yeah, exactly. So you won't get any content from me for a little while because I will on the other side of the country.
But you will be getting found footage for yourself to upload to the channel, yeah? Of your adventure?
Probably not.
Oh yeah. Well, that'd be funny if you did like a vlog thing.
Yeah, just me and Dan, just like, hey guys, we're in Seattle. We're not doing.
Oh, that'd be funny. It's like you say talk about some funny ass stories or something like that while you're there.
Getting off the plane, and we're like, hey, guess where we're at? We're outside, or something stupid like that.
Yeah, that's where the video starts, and that's like, oh Jesus, here we go. And then it's like,
I'm not gonna have a computer with me. I'm not doing that.
You're not gonna make the video. You're just gonna record the stuff that you want to do, take it home, and edit it together, upload your trip vlog, I guess.
I'm not doing that.
As a Returnal. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Returnal's a different game altogether.
We don't talk about Returnal.
There were going to be 6 teams in Sonic Heroes.
Who the fuck were the other two?
Fang, Bean, and Bark, and then Metal Sonic, Ray, and Mighty.
Why do those two sound infinitely better than Chaotix or Team Rose and fucking
Team Dark wasn't supposed to be in there. It was supposed to be Chaos, Gamma, and Big. And
why Chaos?
Chaos, Gamma, and Big, and then the other Rose is going to be Amy, Creed, Rouge.
This game this game could have been so much stupider. Oh my god.
Oh,
Guys, if you find aliens, if you're out there, please, if you have any evidence or footage of this in another parallel universe, please show us. Because we need to see this. We need to see this reality.
Oh, that would have been incredible.
I don't know how I would have felt about that. I'd be like,
Oh, that would have been so good fun.
it would have been funny, but I don't know how
Would
we would have.
Rouge have been the power character for Team?
What?
Would Rouge have been the power character for Team Rose, and then
So
would have been Chaos would have been speed, Gamma would have been fly, and Big would have been power? Like, what?
No, kid. No, wait, no, because Chaos is slow as shit. Because as far as I know, because like when you play him in Sonic Battle, he's slow.
I can't talk. I gotta stop.
Yeah. Oh god, we need to end this now.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Take care.
Yeah. Later.